Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So in a recent video we told you about the issues that we were having with our pufferfish. For those of you that don't know, they are Amazon pufferfish. We have 3 of them and we were having a lot of issues with them surfing the glass. So much so that they literally became so obsessed with doing it that they actually stopped eating. They were barely eating anything at all, and one of them literally stopped eating completely, and all they did was surf the glass. That was it. They would be either at the back, in the corners, or on the ends of the tank, and they just literally constantly surfed. Every now and again they would sort of swim around the tank and then they go back to surfing. So it was extremely stressful to watch, and obviously for the pufferfish it indicated that they really weren't very happy. So in a recent video we said that we were going to try something very drastic. I did join several forums and asked people different questions on what they thought, and the general opinion was it is a very common problem and they basically become very obsessed with their own reflection, and so that is why they're doing what they're doing. Not exactly 100% sure that that is all that they're doing. I don't know whether it is also a stress indicator or whether it was just the reflection. So we decided to do something very drastic and basically line the whole of the tank with our divider material. For those of you that have not followed our channel long, we do make tank dividers for betta fish tanks or for whatever you want to divide your tank for, and so obviously we have a lot of that material, and so we cut it down to size and we decided to line the sides and the back of the tank with the divider material. And that way, if it was a obsession with their reflection, whilst they still could do it at the front of the tank, they wouldn't be able to do it in the corners and at the back and sort of the sides of the tank as well. So we decided that it was worth the effort. It was an extremely long job to do. The whole process took, I think it was about 6.5 to 7 hours. We did add more substrate to the tank, and in this tank we're using Eco Complete, and then we decided that we may as well do a complete makeover on the tank as well, making it a lot more natural with the rocks and the wood and a lot more plants. So this is the end outcome. It went from looking like this to 7 hours later, 6.5, 7 hours later, to looking like this. So as you can see, there is a huge change. Now the plant in the back right corner, they are going to get really tall like the back left corner, but they still need to grow out, but they are already growing really fast. The tank actually has been set up like this now for, I think it's almost 3 weeks, because we wanted to test it fully. We didn't want to just do it and say, oh yes it worked, or oh no it didn't work. We wanted to give it some time. So I think it's been 3 weeks now since it's set up, and the difference in the puffers is absolutely amazing. It was an instant difference. It wasn't something that sort of happened over time. It was absolutely incredible to see them go from these totally frantic fish swimming up and down the glass near enough 24/7 to they are hunting and they're going around in between all the plants. They got to the point before it was like this that they wouldn't even acknowledge us. They would never come over to us. They just constantly were surfing the glass, whereas now if we go to the tank, they acknowledge that you're actually there, and it's just been amazing to see the difference. Now I'm not saying that they have stopped 100%. I would say that they maybe do it 10% of the time, which I mean some fish do that anyway, and also they are an extremely active puffer, so they do like to swim a great deal, and so sometimes they will, it's more sort of lengthways now than the frantic top to bottom, so to go along the tank from side to side as opposed to the frantic swimming up and down the glass. The other thing that is improved immensely is prior to lining the tank, like I said, they barely were eating, and one of them wasn't eating at all. Now they have gone to eating no matter what we put in the tank, they are eating it. Obviously they were eating bloodworms, but they'd almost even stopped eating those, but they're eating bloodworms. They're now eating freeze-dried krill. Every time we put it in, they go crazy for it. They're eating the frozen clam, which again, they wouldn't even touch the clam in the past, and now they are eating that with no issues whatsoever. They have even eaten pellet food, which I just find amazing, because usually they will not eat pellet food, but I put pellet food in for the other fish and they went absolutely crazy for it. And believe it or not, they are also eating ripashi food, which is totally unheard of. And as you can see here, she is having a great munch on it, and the other two actually finished off another piece, but unfortunately I missed that footage. So the setup we're extremely happy with. The fish really enjoy swimming through all the plants and the wood and the rocks, and they just all generally seem so much happier. So although it was a lot of hard work, it was definitely worth it, and I do think that to an extent it has proved that, you know, maybe they were just so obsessed with the reflection, or maybe the tank just wasn't planted or set up to what they actually really need or want. I haven't put the pump in that did a much stronger current. We wanted to try without it, and we haven't had to do that because, like I say, they are so much happier now that when we did put the pump in for a short time, it was just blowing the plants everywhere, and that was causing more issues. So we decided that we'd try without, and if we didn't need it in, then we wouldn't put it in the tank, and we haven't needed it because they're so much happier. And there is also a fairly strong current in the tank anyway, so in theory we don't need it. However, we may add it at a later date, but I'm hoping that we don't have to. It was causing more issues with it blowing the plants just about everywhere. So the plants we've used in the tank are Bacopa in the back right corner. We've used a lot of Anubias attached to the wood, Amazon sword in the middle, and then Anacharis in the back left corner, and then we've also put some Java moss on the wood as well. So really well planted. We are planning on adding some more plants as well to it eventually. I think we're going to add some more sword plants to it, but at the moment we're just waiting on those. So very, very happy with the outcome. Very happy obviously that the pufferfish are so much more settled, so happy to see us. Every time we come in, they just go crazy at the glass, sort of begging always for food. They're just like goldfish in that respect, that they're always begging for food, and just really happy fish. Now, I do realise obviously this is not something that everybody can do, but certainly for us it has worked, and it is a possible answer where people are having the same issue. As I've said, it's not done it 100%, but they are probably doing it now only 10% of the time, and I can well live with that because I just see that as maybe part and parcel of normal behaviour to an extent. Haven't decided if we're going to do a species tank with these guys. We're going to see if we just like them in this tank or whether we actually want to maybe add some more. We are still thinking of getting more anyway at some point. However, they are still sold out and we're not able to get them, so we're still trying to decide whether do we do a species only tank and add another tank, or do we keep them in this tank. At the moment it is working out in this tank, but apparently as they get bigger sometimes they can get more nippy in a tank, and obviously we don't want that happening to the other fish in the tank. So I think we're just gonna wait and see how it goes. The only thing is we know that the Black Friday sales are coming and you can usually get some really good deals on tanks, so we're not sure whether we're going to just buy a tank anyway and either hold it for them or for something else. So still very undecided on that, and I guess only time will tell. Talking about sales, we do have a sale starting on our website for Black Friday, and it will run through to Cyber Monday. The links will be in the description box below for that. I will also leave the links for the items that we use in this tank in the description box below if you want to take a look at them. I will leave links also in the description box below for the items that we use in this tank. We do get so many questions that it is just easier for me to put those links in the description box below, and then you can take a look at them. We do also have a coupon code for H2O plants. Most of the plants in this tank have come from them, and you can get 15% off your order if you do use that code. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments box below what things you have done to maybe make your fish's life better or to improve their quality of life. If you like this sort of video and you're not subscribed to this channel, then please do so, and we'll see you next time.